Do not take your skills for granted. Do not take your skills for granted. What do I mean by that? As a content creator, if you do specifically photography or videography, if you post photos, if you post videos on any given social media platform, whether it's long form or short form, you have a skill. Have a skill. The level of that skill, it may not look like the next person, as in you may not be the best at cinematography and producing movies that are ready to go on the big screen. You're not out here trying to go into the Sundance Festival or try to win a Golden Globe or an Emmy or an Oscar, whatever it is. But you also probably know more about any given social media platform compared to someone who doesn't do anything with social media at all. Let's say you are consistent on social media, you have a decent amount of videos in your catalog or on your account. Let's say you are really good with simple, like the fundamentals of editing, whether that be for photos or for videos, but you are solid with editing. You know your way around a little bit of CapCut, a little bit of DaVinci Resolve, a little bit of Final Cut Pro. You know your way around just simple editing on the TikTok app, or on the Instagram app, or on the YouTube app. Your experience is an asset to somebody else who don't do nothing on social media, who doesn't want to learn, who don't have the time to learn, who don't really care about the actual production and editing of social media content. But they care about the marketing potential of social media. This is where your skill as a content creator can be used to help businesses, big or small. That's the whole point of connecting with business owners or brands, whether they are just getting started or they're established, but they don't have the bandwidth or the large marketing budget that would allow them to hire a whole full-time videography staff or a whole fleshed out marketing department where there's photo, video, all that good stuff as a content production to share the brand. That is where you come into play. This is a way for you to monetize your content creation journey. This is a way to monetize your creativity. This is a way to use your skills to help someone else in real life. Because the things that you think as normal, or the things that you think are just really easy, or it seems really fundamental and it doesn't seem like anybody would pay you to do, the thing that you do on a daily basis without getting paid, the thing that you do for free, the thing that you do as though you're breathing, that thing is connected to a world of opportunity that is waiting for you to tap into it, waiting for you to get aligned with it. It isn't always going to be easy and smooth to get in alignment, but that's the nature of anything worth cultivating, worth going after, worth building. It ain't gonna be. It likely may not be an easy thing to imagine. It may not be an easy thing to get started with. But once you get started with it, it's like, oh snap, I had no idea this existed. I had no idea that I could do X, Y, and Z with my content creation skills. Here's a very specific example. So this is gonna get really, really, really specific. So when I was in graduate school, there was this thing, there's a platform where you can do micro internships. So they connected students with businesses and organizations that were looking for people who could do like 2-week tasks, 1-month tasks, up to 3-month internship types of work. I joined this platform, and this is my last year of grad school. So, and for context, I got my PhD in sociology from North Carolina State University. I have an entire playlist about that if you want to learn more about grad school, if that's your thing. Or if you just want to learn about how I went through it, and you get to see a different element of my life, which is pretty cool. So the platform is called Parker Dewey Micro Internships. I get on it and I'm seeing the opportunities that are available, and I'm saying, oh, that's pretty cool. I come across 2 different organizations that are looking for content creation interns or content creation help. One of them is a real estate agent, and then the other one is a crafting bar, in that they have DIY crafting kits, and they also have a bar. So I'm going to focus on the crafting bar as the specific example. So this was back in, I want to say like January through March of 2025. I actually work with the crafting bar. They're called Crafts and Drafts, and they're located in Durham, North Carolina. Amazing spot for not just DIY crafts, but also for locally brewed beer and other drinks. And it's an amazing place just for community and just connecting with people in a dope space. So I sign up, or I apply to do content creation for Crafts and Drafts. I go in for the interview. That day, I think I was like one of 3 people to get interviewed. And I came in ready to go. Like, I had ideas ready. I had a media kit of things where it's like, I can create something like this for you. I had just an open and willing and able to help spirit coming in. So the things that I was used to doing on social media was just posting content, understanding how to film and do things with a camera, understanding how to edit and stuff. I'm not a professional videographer, cinematographer, but I know my way around DaVinci Resolve. I know my way around a Sony Alpha 6300, a Sony ZV-1. I know my way around an iPhone camera, all right? I can get you some really smooth shots. I understand some fundamentals about how to light your subject. I know how to do interviews. I know how to do what I do and do it well, to the point where people will be like, oh, this is pretty good. So in working with Crafts and Drafts, I created tutorial videos as well as some evergreen advertisement videos where it's just explaining the process of coming to Crafts and Drafts for the first time, or for anyone who is looking to, who's done a DIY crafting experience, but they've never done that Crafts and Drafts before. So do the main commercial and then a bunch of tutorial videos for the various crafts. And the owner, her name is Virginia. She's amazing, 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 amazing. So I work with her, and I actually link in the description how everything turned out, and I would highly recommend, if you're in Durham, North Carolina, go there. If you want a cool crafting experience, if you like beer, if you like wine and other alcoholic beverages, if you like interacting with people, being community, go ahead to Crafts and Drafts. Go ahead. But doing videography for Crafts and Drafts was such an eye-opening experience, specifically because it was just another opportunity to help somebody else's dream come to life through media, and do it in a way where it has an evergreen effect. It has a long-term lasting effect on just how the business works, how people come to find Crafts and Drafts, how people even interact with the DIY kits, even how people decide what craft they want to do before going to the venue. Because with the tutorials, you get to see everything from start to finish. I set it up where I actually have like a top-down view of Virginia doing several crafts. And it's a very intuitive, it's a very engaging tutorial, and it just walks you through the whole process across, I don't remember the number of crafts, but I think maybe probably did like eight or 10. You can look it up later. But being able to use my skills and being able to sharpen my skills, having that opportunity is unmatched, because that takes a lot of trust. It takes a leap of faith on my part to put myself out there and say, I actually can do this for you, and I can actually do it to a standard that is really solid. And I want to do this. I want to do this and do it well. And then for her, I'm a stranger, first time we met. So we do all this, and she's put a lot of trust in me to say, all right, I trust that you can do this well. So let's go. Let's go. And a really cool thing is that literally a calendar year later, I am doing another project for Crafts and Drafts, where this time we focused on some customer testimonials, and we were talking to people that Virginia has worked with, that Virginia has connected with through them coming to Crafts and Drafts. And one thing that really stood out to me as I was leading interviews was just seeing, one, how supportive her clientele has been over the years. And this being, she started around 2019, things hit the fan in 2020, and then she bounced back, the business bounced back, and they are off to the races. It is amazing just seeing how her clientele talked about their experience with Crafts and Draft, their experience with her as the owner, and just their experience with being in the space and feeling joy, feeling inspired, feeling just overall welcomed to just have a good time, do some crafts, drink a little beer. Like, it's amazing when someone else's dream comes to fruition and it actually fulfills much more than just the dream of successful business getting off the ground. It is amazing to see just how much joy the business has brought to our clientele. And they were talking about that on camera. And I have the privilege of being able to edit all that up into a cohesive story that becomes a compelling narrative, not just for right now, but for the rest of Crafts and Drafts existence. And that's a way of taking a thing that I do well to help somebody else do something that they do well. So this is me not taking my skill for granted and using my skill and giving it to others as a way to help, as a way to build, as a way to collaborate, and as a way to spread even more joy. Because when someone comes across the video of one of Crafts and Drafts regulars talking about how much joy it brings when they're in the space, when a first timer sees that video, or when a new potential customer sees that video, they see it like, let me go check that out. Then that means that new person comes to Crafts and Drafts and they experience a beautiful time. Then that's spreading joy through media. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. So don't take your skills for granted. Don't take your skills for granted. And one cool thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to make a behind the scenes video of showing me actually filming and recording and interacting with Crafts and Drafts in the space and just capturing all those beautiful moments and showing the POV of what it's like to be a content creator that is in the videography seat. I'm putting my videographer's hat and actually helping someone else build their dream or continue to bring dope ideas to fruition through media. And for anybody else that is, maybe you're not at the stage where you think you can do videography for someone else and you're still trying to hone your own skills as a content creator, that's all right as well. That is all right. If you are stressed with your content creation process, I do have a content creator's toolkit that can help you streamline, help you revamp, help you reimagine the way you approach social media and the way you approach your creative process. So I'm also put it in the description, but I got a little toolkit for you. It'll help, not just helping you with your creative process for social media, but also just with your approach to creativity as a concept. So thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.